Yeah, man, my internet keeps going up and down. So hopefully we are locked and loaded. I know we're live, E. What's up, my brother? North Carolina, looking good.
Hey, Michael, always a pleasure to be with you on Wednesday night, brother. I appreciate all the people as they start dropping in from around the world, which is really cool, around the world and all these different platforms. Thank you to Guy and ER and all of our team, man. It takes a team. Always a treat to be with you, my friend. I'm going to stick it on mute and watch you blast us off, and I'll jump in whenever you need me to tonight. Hey, we're going to have a great message tonight, though, for our audience. Tune in, take notes, most importantly, implement what you hear.
That's right. And Wednesday night is always a big lift for me because I'm on here talking, but I just love the fact that I get to be with you anytime, bro. And you always pour into us, even though we're at our houses. We take a little break, slide in here. You guys might be joining us from our social platform. We have the 3 different pages. You might be coming through us live from YouTube right now, or the pre-recorded version. We appreciate you always dropping in at your convenience on your dime when you can afford to do that. That's awesome. It is really cool, Edwin, because we have been talking and building momentum of people across the world that have been joining the Shuffle Nation, what Guy and ER are building in the background and what they're launching. And don't forget, if you're seeing this tonight, you are already a part of the Shuffle Nation. You pay $10 a month for Shuffle until April 1st. And even after that, you'll still be paying $10 a month. Now, new people that you bring in, here's the good news, E. The new people that we bring in now, we're going to get paid double. We'll get paid double the commission we were getting paid because the price is going from $10 to $20. Now, as you'll see.
Well, wait a minute, Michael. So what you're saying is, hey, in the midst of our growth, man, we're investing the most amount of money, time, and resources into building this to be even better. We're giving every one of our affiliates a raise. Is that what you said? I just want to make sure I heard you, brother.
You heard me right, my friend. You heard me right. We're all getting a raise. We all get a pay raise. I'm excited about it. I've been all on board with it all the time. Guy and ER have spent a lot of time taking the time to step back and see what it really looks like. And what they've discovered is the value they're adding from any other platform. It still blows it away. So remember, good news, we're still all at $10, but the new people we get to bring in, we get to pay double on them. So that's coming in
Michael,
April 1st.
That's the reason I like to hang out with people smarter than me, man. Just right there. That was it. That's all I needed to know tonight. But
that's right.
I know we got more.
We got a lot more, brother. And that's what I do, man. Here's what I do. And this is it. I don't build a business. We build people, and people build a business. And I bring A players on board. If you will bring your skill set and match our effort, I will promise you'll be successful. And that's exactly what we do. I try to mold we try to mold the playing surface as clean as we can, as tight as we can, as best we can for the people that are running on that track. And what we'll do is be successful if you bring your skill set and match our effort. That's what we've been able to do here. And believe me, everybody that works for me, bro, you know this. You say not, but it doesn't take a lot to get over this bar. I'm pretty challenged, but I'm work hard. I don't give up. Hey, and speaking of that, I've had people that and I've had it a lot lately. And my long time ago, my early 20s, my father-in-law would always walk up to me and say, "So what are you doing now? What do you want to do? Or what does it look like?" And I'd say, "Well, you know what? I'm thinking about trying this or doing this." And every single time he'd be like, "Whoa, better watch out. That's tough. That's tough deal there, man. You got to be. Yeah, I know you might want to do that, but just be careful with it." So, and I had friends that would say, the most talented guy I ever met in my whole life was a musician. I know a long time ago I was a rock star in a former life, Superfly mullet and all that good stuff that I had. But I was definitely not the talent of the group. But this guy named Andy Calmura, he was amazing. He was talented. He could write like crazy. One day I was in California. He moved to California because he was going to take the shot, right? And he hands me these songs, and he sang them, and we read them, and it was like poetry. It was about our life. It was about his life. It was so amazing. And I got so excited. I said, "Dude, we got to get this out there. We got to get this out. I'm going through it. I'm so excited." I said, "I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know how we're going to get an agent or a manager, whatever we got to do to get it not for me. I'm definitely not that guy, but he was talented. We got to get you in front of somebody." He snatched his book, snatched it from me and said, yeah. This happened 28 years ago. He snatched it and said, "Hold on a second. It's not ready yet. I can't put it out there." And I'm like, "Dude, you got to do it." Guess what? To this day, he still got it. I'm the only guy that's ever heard it. Man, think about that. Very good friend of mine. And he's super smart, super successful, but he always has this when he looks at it. It's a what if. What if? Don't be known for what if. All right. The only regret that I have are the shots I didn't take. And so many times we don't let the music go. And I'll tell you this, let me give you a really good example of letting it go, taking your shot, because I've got about 30 or 40 examples. I've taken my shot, fall flat on my face. I got the scars to prove it. But this technology company that we built called Auction Track that we sold for generational money, 7 plus figures is what we did with it. And I put it, and if I hadn't taken the shot, if I hadn't let it go and let somebody call my baby ugly, I'd still be sitting on it. So what we did was I got some smart guys. You said about that, Edwin, ties in perfect for what we're talking about here. And I said, you boys just work with me for a few weeks and be there and work 72 hours straight. Don't go to sleep. We're having so much fun. Let's do it. They built it. I took it out and I let it go in the field. I let it go where it was relevant. And I said, tell me what you think of it. And here's what they said. I said, this is good. This sucks. Can you change this? Can you add this? So I took it back to that guy and gave it to him. So what did I do? I let it go. I took the shot. And what I found is that made it better. If it had some legs, and I found out early, I didn't hold on to it and waste decades or even months. Or what if it's not right? You know, I've got this affiliate thing I want to launch. What if it's not perfect yet? And I'm like the verbiage. Oh, I sent my bio out. Oh, I misspelled on it. Somebody sends it back. My bad. Guess what I did? I changed the misspelling, sent it back out. So you got to be able to take the shot, guys, because here's when you sit back and when you hold and you stop, you know what's not stopping? Time. 86,400 seconds a day, bro. And time goes. And boom, I know what regret looks like. I know what it sounds like. I've seen ends of lives and successful lives. There'll always be more to do. We know that. But don't procrastinate because we overanalyze and we get locked up. Let's take anxious and let's take the anxiety we have and turn it into excitement. Because it can be. There's no reason. We feel a little anxious today? No, I'm excited today. Let's turn that. Let's turn the stubbornness into a competitiveness, into a determination instead of being that I'm going to be successful. I'm going to find it. Can-do attitude. And really, when we talk about cost versus price, Edwin, I want you to also touch on this here, bro, because you got to take your shot. You got to put it out there. You got to go through the trust process. You got to sell this pen to me. And you got to do it, even though you might struggle, fall, but reiterate on it, make it better, and launch again. We're just going to relaunch, man, over and over and over. That's what we do is get up, keep going, get up, and keep going. Because what happens is time is going to pass. What are you going to do with the time that's passing? That's what I really is just, if there's any message I can get out to somebody today, it's that. This time's passing. What are you going to do with it? I mean, I know we can sit on the couch and flip it over to Andy Griffin, which I do sometimes. When I get home, I can go hit to the gym, or I can just watch a little extra episode of Andy Griffin. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But what I really feel the best at is when I don't take that time. I sit there, DVR it, go on, and then I go to sleep on it. That makes it even better. Then I can hit all those multiples. I've got my win list. What's important now to you? What's important right now to you? So when you're presenting something, you have to build the value of yourself. Because right now, our value is us, baby. That's what you got. That's the most important currency you got is me, is you. You have you, I have me. That's what I do. What I pour into myself, what I feed myself is what I put out. If I take in bad, it's garbage in, garbage out. You've heard that on this little computer tech guys. But here's what I want you guys today. And here's what happened today. A guy from a pool company called me, gave us a bid. You know, I'm doing some construction now. I've been doing it for a long time, but I've been having to get back in and have some fun with it. And he calls up. He goes, hey, man, do you mind if I make this pool a little nicer? And then I said, oh, yeah, just do what you want. He goes, hey, man, by the way, I heard that you do some work with Zig Ziglar. And I said, as a matter of fact, I know an old boy that's a partner of mine. His name's Edwin Britt, who shared stage with Mr. Ziglar. He was mentored under Mr. Ziglar, flew with Mr. Ziglar, traveled with Mr. Zig Ziglar. Yes, so I do have a pretty extensive background and 6,800 hours of just content that I can look at of Mr. Zig Ziglar. So, yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. Because, man, I remember one thing he said to me one time. It was an old tape that I listened to. And it was something about cost versus price and about never revealing that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about that tonight because Edwin Britt, 2 weeks ago, we were doing a sales training, which we do our sales training now, Mindset of a Champion, which has Mr. Ziglar's influence in it because we always are who we are influenced by, right? You're the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. But we also have taken our own experience. Mindset of a Champion is not about changing your mind. It's about a mindset. It's about shifting the mindset, shifting where you are. A little bit of a shift changes a whole new focus. So when he talked about that price versus cost, I was like, I'm glad you said that, because we're going to have a conversation on how much this pool is going to cost me. And we had some fun, but as we jump into something like that and taking the shot and really taking your time in the trust process, the art of you to be able to relate, uncover the need, and build the value. I think that's what a lot of people stop and skip over a lot of times, is building that value that is the value for the customer, not just the value of the product.
Wow, Michael. For everybody that just heard that, and we'll hear that in future recordings, the reason whether you're right now present in the moment, or you're going to watch it in a future moment, when it concludes, the reason you're feeling the way you're feeling is because how authentic Michael is in his messaging, and the fact that Michael lives what he's talking about every day. And that's the secret sauce for all of you. Take your personality, be authentic, and let what your actions are doing reflect your words, and you'll build a phenomenal business in Shuffle and LFI and all of your other businesses. And that's why when you step back, you feel what you're feeling right now. Like, Michael doesn't like to be called a motivational speaker, because what he's really doing is real life stuff, man. Right? So I hope you really took all that in. And we are going to talk about price and cost tonight. Okay? Because it's an important equation. The cool part is, Michael, is we're going to elevate, man. We're going to continue to expand what LFI and Shuffle can be and do in the future. And man, nobody knows better than you, because you and Guy and ER have been so catalyst, and all of our key people, our team people, in continuing to evolve what LFI and Shuffle is going to be. And the reality is it okay that I just talk about we're going to increase? There's going to be a price increase at the end of the month. Is that right, Michael? Correct?
Yes, sir. April 1st, baby.
Yeah, and we're going to go to what
new products, but yeah,
we're going to go to what cost at that point, because there is a difference between cost and price, and that you want to have that narrative, that conversation with people you want to help. It ties in perfectly to our trust selling process. But Michael, what is our cost going to be going up April 1st?
The cost is going to be $20.
Correct. So people are going to invest a cost, and here's the definition of a cost. All right, it's an object or action that require the payment of a specified sum of money before it can be acquired or done. So the reality is, all of us are going to invest X amount of dollars. In this case, for the example, $20 of cost, and we're going to get some sort of return. Now, that is the definition of cost. But oftentimes when people are talking with you, or we interject, Michael, you know this so clearly, because people focus on features and functions as opposed to true need, is it sounds like, well, what's the price? And because we're not reflectively listening, we're not disciplined in our process, we think they're asking us the cost. So we say the price is, but every time we do that, we're creating this huge disconnect, because there's a huge difference between cost and price. Cost can be budgeted. It can be allocated for. You can plan for that, right? So $20 times 10, last time I checked, was 200. This is the way I do math, Michael. You and I, man. And 2 more months is 20 more. That's 240, right? So there you go. So I can budget to my cost. But the price that people that aren't implementing this wonderful single platform tool does all this plethora of things: lead generation, lead conversion, client fulfillment, referral. You know what the 2 biggest lost leaders are that refer to price? It's not lead generation, because there's lots of ways to generate leads. I mean, if you can do it old school, you can go and look up a list of names, right, Michael? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, you can go to the library like Nito Cabwain, who has built a huge, great business, and a friend of ours. Or, there's lots of ways to build your list, and there is a cost associated with that. But where your big price gaps are, Michael, and you know this better than anybody, is in your lead conversion and in the back end of your referral system. Wouldn't you agree with that? Most people kind of tighten up their technique on client fulfillment, and they have some way of generating leads, but it's lead conversion, bucket 2, and bucket 4, the referral business. And all 4 of those pillars of your business should be working at one time in a collaborative way, very efficiently. And Shuffle does that. So the price of being inefficient in your lead conversion or in your referral system is exponentially higher than $240. So if you got 100 people and it's 240 times 100, don't be afraid of that, because that number is much smaller than 100 people operating inefficiently in their lead conversion and in their client fulfillment. So you just exponentially ratio out those numbers. If you got a group of 5, of 50, of 100, of 1,000, you're just adding commas. But there's, in every area, there's a huge gap efficiency in lead conversion and referral services, and that's what sinks businesses. Restaurants go out of business. Hey, they can hear about the restaurant, but if people don't go in and convert to paying consistent customers, guess what? That business goes like this. Printing company, painting company, construction company, real estate agent, you name it. Everybody needs shuffle, bottom line, Michael. And $20 is the best value that I know that's going on that does everything that it does for it. So embrace the fact that we're increasing what our cost is so that we can help more people reduce the price of paid of investing everything in a business and losing it because they're not efficient. Now, you compare those two conversations. Do you want to have a conversation between whether it's $10 or $20, or do you want to have a conversation that says, I've got a tool that for $240 that can ensure that your lead conversion, your referral service, thus your business, will continue to thrive for the next 10 years. Would you like to know more? There you go.
Piece of cake. Sign me up for that, right? And think about the different verticals that when you just talked about. You just slammed a lot of them, and we also have MLMers out there that are doing the side hustle on it. But just a restaurant has been really cool to me, because looking at that, and now because of the QR codes on every little, just take the QR code and put their menu on the shuffle card. How genius is that? Is that worth $10 a month? Is that worth $20 a month? Well, just the way to get a great customer is the customer that's in your establishment, by the way. The warm lead that's in there actually buying what you have right then. That's the guy you want to come back. How do you get them to come back? You capture them. That's what you do. And while they're there, it popped up a little lead capture, but that lead capture says, register to win a free dessert, or hear about our new appetizer, hear about our drink specials. So now you have their contact information, text messaging. Then what do? Well, you get all that stuff you collect over the week or 2 weeks or month or whenever that are going into that you're collecting on your list. Then you blast out the text message on a Friday evening. Hey, man, we're having a special chocolate cake tonight, homemade grandma's pie from 4 to 8. Come on in and see us. Honey, we're going up to the Not Amazing Deli and eat something tonight because they just sent me something. Somebody's already been there, right? It's like that once a year the McDonald's big two all beef patty, special sauce, sesame, pickles, onion, sesame seed bun, Big Mac commercial works, and I go and eat that sucker, and I get eater's remorse. I was like, man, I wish I had done that. Just one time a year. That's right. That's all I'm going to admit to, right? That's right, guys. That's a great cost versus price. Thanks, Eve, for bringing that up. I see Cindy. Great for events. Yes, it is. It's great for attracting people at your events, being able to communicate during the event, the shuffle card we've been able to use. Cindy said she's a travel business card. She's been killing it with that. Cindy Lee, how you doing? Cindy the Connector said something about our podcast. Oh, had a great way to build value. She's getting these testimonials. People are fired up about her on her podcast. That's a video testimony you get. Boom, shakalaka, she said. Great job. Hey, Irma, how you guys doing? Let's see. I've seen let's see. Cindy Lee, you have a marketing client who wants me to talk to restaurants here. So I'm telling you, that's huge. That's been just getting a lot of traction lately. So think about all the restaurants in your area. You can go in there, and people are offering it for their social services. They're bringing in social media tracking for them and marketing for them. They're taking the shuffle card piece and putting it in there and charging it for their charging for their part of their offering, which is like $300 a month. The shuffle's costing those $20. So there's a lot out there, Edwin.
Yeah, and Michael, so true. And it all boils down to mindset, guys. So when you hear the fact that we're going to make a transition for the business to go to $20 a month where we all benefit, then don't focus on wow. Like, hey, fantastic, right? Let's have another conversation. Let's build more value. Embrace every step as we continue to grow. Remember these 4 growth stages. We talk about this, Michael, and we all want to get to that 4th stage, man. And that is that pursuit of being unconsciously competent where we can all collectively make it look easy. In order to do that, we got to have the right mindset, and we cannot overanalyze it. We got to implement. We got to go. We got to be willing to get dirty. Michael and I have just failed more than most people. That's the only reason we're here talking to you today. We were willing to take the shot, take a step back, apply the 4 R's, and keep moving forward. That's what it's about, Michael. And that's why, man, nobody's heard you speak in American more in the last 5 years than I have. And brother, you inspire me every time I hear you. So thank you.
Man, brother, you know, back to you, man. Back to you. I love talking with you, seeing with you, hanging with you, learning from you. I just, like I said, I put people that are, Edwin says it too, but I definitely bring Edwin in, and he raises all the boats around. Guys, tonight, if you need to go back through and we get this, watch this again, share it with somebody, take massive action. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Finished is better than perfect. Let it get out there and be ready to iterate on it. Stay around it, because when you get used to going 100 miles an hour, it's easy to do it. It just hurts in the beginning. But you got to get out there. You got to take action. Got to learn. That's really the best way to learn, is go out there and experience it. We've been out here 20 minutes and 21 minutes, guys. Thank y'all for stopping in tonight. Thank you for the comments. Call us if you need us. Play hard. Have fun. And above all else, make it count. See you later, Edwin. Appreciate you.